Today, we will talk about top 10 places to visit in Budapest. Widely considered to be one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, Budapest is a treat to visit and has long been a popular tourist destination. The capital and largest city of Hungary boasts a long and illustrious history that has seen it ruled by everyone from the Romans and Ottomans to the Austro-Hungarians. As such, the city is awash with impressive historical sites, fascinating museums, and astounding architectural styles. Besides the fine architecture on show, the bridge also features some superb decorative elements, with 4 distinguished-looking lion statues guarding each end of it. Beautifully illuminated at night, Széchenyi Chain Bridge is one of the most photographed landmarks in the city. In addition to its many charms and tourist attractions, Budapest is also renowned for its vibrant nightlife scene, which centers around the ruined bars found in the Jewish Quarter, not to be missed out on. Budapest is certainly one of the highlights of any visit to Central Europe. 10. Shoes on the Danube Bank. Only erected in 2005, this small and simple memorial tells the harrowing story of 3,500 dissenters and Jews who were brutally murdered by the Arrow Cross Party, a fascist party that briefly ruled Hungary in World War II. After being rounded up by the militiamen, the unfortunate victims were ordered to remove their shoes, after which they were shot and their bodies were swept away by the river. Scattered about the riverbank, just a short distance away from the Hungarian Parliament building, the bronze shoes that commemorate their tragic deaths make for a moving sight. 9. Citadella. Perched atop of Gellert Hill, the Citadella offers commanding views out over Budapest and the Danube River below. Built in 1851 by the Habsburgs, the solid-looking fort was later commandeered by the Nazis and then Communists. Over the course of its history, it has both protected and oppressed the local population. Nowadays, visitors can find a striking liberation monument located on top of it. Although the fort's interior has recently been closed to the public, you can still enjoy the dazzling views from its lookout point. 8. Széchenyi Chain Bridge. A very pleasant and picturesque place to spend some time. Margaret Island lies right in the middle of the Danube and is mostly covered in lovely leafy parks. Connected to both sides of Budapest by Arpad Bridge in the north and Margaret Bridge in the south, the island also boasts a water park, athletic center, and lots of scenic paths and trails. As such, it is a very popular recreation spot with both locals and tourists, with some interesting medieval ruins and a playful music fountain also on show. 7. Margaret Island. Located inside of Buda Castle, the magical Fisherman's Bastion is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Budapest, and justifiably so. Set upon the edge of the hilltop, its dazzlingly bright white walls are punctuated with 7 elegant and elaborate towers, one for each of the Hungarian chieftains who founded the country back in 895. Only built in 1902, the bastion is named after the Fishermen's Guild that used to protect this stretch of the city's defenses. Besides taking in its fabulous neo-Romanesque architecture, visitors can bask in its breathtaking view of the Danube and Hungarian Parliament building, with sunset being a particularly special time of day to visit. 6. Fisherman's Bastion. When it was opened in 1849, Széchenyi Chain Bridge was heralded as an engineering wonder and a symbol of Hungary's re-emergence and reawakening. Linking Buda to Pest, the cast-iron construction was the first permanent bridge to span the Danube in the country and helped bring East closer to West. Besides the fine architecture on show, the bridge also features some superb decorative elements, with 4 distinguished-looking lion statues guarding each end of it. 5. Buda Castle. Fascinating to explore, the large Buda Castle and Palace complex was once the home of Hungarian kings and queens of years gone by. Built in 1265 at one end of Castle Hill, the regal Baroque palace is now home to the Budapest History Museum and the Hungarian National Gallery, both of which are well worth visiting. While the former sports lots of interesting artifacts that take you through Budapest's tumultuous past, the latter exhibits a huge array of incredible paintings, sculptures, and prints. 4. St. Stephen's Basilica. Almost blocking out the sky with its magnificent and monumental facade, St. Stephen's Basilica makes for a spectacular sight. Named after the first king of Hungary, the enormous Roman Catholic Basilica also sports two mighty bell towers and is topped by a large cupola. Its spacious interior is lavishly decorated, and amongst its sturdy marble columns, you can find some awesome mosaics, statues, and paintings. 3. While Budapest has lots of amazing thermal baths for you to check out, none of them are quite as famous or popular as Széchenyi, the largest spa complex in Europe. Set in a lovely bright yellow neo-Baroque building that was built in 1913, the expansive facilities include saunas, steam rooms, and of course, thermal pools for you to enjoy. With lots of fine decorations such as mosaics, sculptures, and chandeliers, it is a delightful place to relax and unwind. Although it can get quite crowded, there is always a tranquil feel about the place. 2. Castle Hill. Set on the Buda side of the city, Castle Hill looks out imperiously over the Danube River and the rest of Budapest. While the hill is not all that large, it is home to many of the capital's most important and impressive sites, with Buda Castle and its fantastic museums found. Alongside Matthias Church, the Fisherman's Bastion, and Buda Tower. Wandering around the small and narrow cobbled streets of the Old Town and the elegant buildings of the Royal Palace complex really is a treat, as beautiful Baroque Gothic and neoclassical architecture lies all around you. A great way to get to the top of the hill is to take the wonderful Old Castle Hill funicular that trundles its way up the hillside. 1. Hungarian Parliament Building. The largest building in the whole of country, the sheer size and scale of the Hungarian Parliament Building is staggering to behold. It dwarfs everything around it. Set on the banks of the Danube River, the colossal building is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the city. One of the finest examples of Gothic revival architecture around. Its two symmetrical facades are sumptuously decorated with sculptures of critical Hungarian figures. These lie to either side of a large, imposing dome. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.